Before I start, I just want to apologize. It's been a while since I've made a video, and I know it seems like I've abandoned the channel, but that's not it. I've just been really busy, but it's hot as hell, so I'm gonna make this short. And I'm just gonna go over a few mods that have done to the car since my last video, and as well as things that I have for the future. Since my last video, I've been working on weight reduction for this car. I've dropped a lot of weight, and I'm going to start with the front and show you just how I did it. So I got rid of the 6-piston Brembos that came with the car. Those things were super heavy. I didn't realize how heavy they were, but basically I got these 6-piston calipers and rotors from Bear. They're significantly lighter than the stock 6-piston. I believe just off the front, just by replacing the calipers and the rotors, I've lost over 70 pounds off the front, and that's huge when it comes to drag racing. You want most of the weight to your rear for a better weight transfer, and that usually equals better 60-foot, better times, things like that, less rolling resistance. And the plus with these 6 pistons is that they stop just as well as the stocks, but you could fit 17-inch front runners over them. Right now I'm running 18-inch front runners just because I got such a good deal on it. I couldn't pass it up, but eventually I'm gonna swap them out for 17s and one that matches the rear as well. So coming around to the rear of the car, this is my favorite mod by far because it looks sexy as hell. It might not benefit me as much right now, but in the long run, it's way better. I've gone 15 inches in the rear for drag wheels, and they hook a lot better than 17s, but for my power level, I mean, it's not as needed, but it does help, especially in the long run. And the bead locks keep the tires from rotating. That's even better for my 60-foot. I haven't really seen much gains from them because, as I said, I'm only maybe 500 wheel, somewhere around that. We swapped out the stock seats for these Brembo seats. I believe they look a lot better than the stock seats, and I believe with lightweight seats, this is how the Demon should have came. This is not a Demon, by the way, it's a Scat Pack, but most of y'all know that. But I'm just saying the Demon should have came with lightweight seats, and I think that's bullshit from Dodge. And we also have the rear seat delete in the back. I incorporated the stock speakers. They don't look that great right now. I'm gonna swap them out for aftermarket speakers, but basically the speakers from the dash panel, under the dash panel up there, is what I removed because they were rattling, and I incorporated them in the rear seat delete. So everything with these seats work like stock. The only thing you really lose is the heated and cooling seats, if your car even came with that. And the best part about these seats are, the way I have these seats set up, there is no airbag light. So I made a device to fool the car that the airbags are still engaged in the seats. So right now I have no airbag lights. And the stock seat belts work just as great. Hold on one second. Stock seat belts still work. As we come around to the back of the car, sorry for the mess in here, I'm still working on the wiring, but we also have a lightweight 21-pound battery from Brembo. I believe the stock battery was about 50 pounds. This is about 21 or 22 pounds, so that's a little bit more weight reduction. Here's a little comparison between my new 21-pound Brembo battery and the stock Challenger battery. This one, about 50 pounds. This one, 21 pounds. Very different in weight. Hold on, let me get the scale. Alright, don't laugh at my old school scale, but here we go. Not the most accurate, but it says 44 pounds. Okay, let's see the lightweight battery. It says 19 pounds. So they said this battery is 21 pounds, so I'm guessing add 2 to this scale and it will be accurate. So this battery was actually 46 pounds. For up and coming things with our, first I'd like to start off with this Victor manifold. I know, I've been talking about this thing forever. I was supposed to get it on the car a long time ago. But basically, I've just been testing other things, and what I want to do with this is take it to the track and then run the 392 manifold about 3 times and then swap it out for this Victor manifold and see which one works better. I was supposed to be getting to the dyno, but it just never worked out the way I wanted it to. So this is how we're going to test this, just by running at the track, running the 392 manifold first, then running this and comparing the numbers. Other plans that I have for the Victor is that I want to direct port it. As I said before in the previous videos, these holes are just basically guidelines of where to put the foggers for direct port. So direct port is a lot safer than a plate system. So for the time being, I have a plate system. That's what I'm going to run. I'm probably going to run around a 150 shot, and when I do direct port, it's going to go up to 200 shot with some race fuel. And I need to get out of here because it went from hot to lightning. I don't even know how that happens. It's North Carolina. We have a 370 diff. So I know a lot of people have been wondering if these things work on the 8-speed. I'm gonna test it, see if it's worth getting it. See if I could hook. Sometimes I have problems hooking already with just the 3.09 diffs that come on the car. But if this thing works out and the gearing is correct, it should net me a lot better acceleration. And if this is just too much gear for the car, I'll maybe put a taller tire on, test it out that way. If not, we'll just scrap it, and I'll just let you know my review on it in the video when it comes up. But yeah, that's another thing we have coming up for the car. Then lastly, power adders. I was against spraying the car, but power isn't cheap, and this is the cheapest power you can get. So I'm gonna safely spray the car 100 to 200 shot. I know 200 shot isn't safe. I'll direct port the Victor manifold to make it a little bit safer run with 120 octane if we decide to do 200 shot. I mean, I have friends doing it. They've been running strong, so I might try it out. If I send it, I send it. If I don't, you could see the car in the 9s. Speaking of 9s, I forgot to mention the car has already been in the 10s. I just never got the video of it. I'll post a slip in this video. Yeah, but the car's been 10s already. It's actually been, I want to say 1094, and that was full weight. There was no weight reduction done at the time, so I'm thinking with the weight reduction we should be able to knock out like maybe a 10.8, 10.7 when the cooler weather comes around. So that's something to look forward to in the future. I'm sure there's a lot more things that I wanted to cover, but I really can't think about it right now. It's raining, and it was hot before, but now it's raining. North Carolina weather is retarded. But right now the car is sitting at about 3,900 pounds with the drag pack. And with stock tires, I believe it's around 4,000. 4120 with me in it. So with full drag pack and all the weight reduction I've done to the Scat Pack, the seats, the calipers, from what I could remember, we're sitting at 3920. That's pretty good for a heavy car. So with stock wheels on, full interior, the car weighs 4280, between 4280 and 4260, cycling back between 4280 and 4260, and that's with me in it. With me out of the car, it is 4060. So my Scat Pack full weight weighs 4480, but that's with me in it. So I'm about 200 pounds, so that's about 4280. So if anybody wanted to know what a full weight Scat Pack weighs, here it is. So yeah, we dropped around 300 pounds. I don't know if I already said it in the video, but my last two runs in 3000 DA was about 11.1, 11.2, and I was spinning because I had a bad axle. So the axle had a bad boot, and it just eventually broke because there was nothing keeping the oil in the axle. So that's pretty much where we're at with the cars, 11.1s and 11.2s and 3000 DA. So that in my book still pretty good. Before it ended off, I just wanted let everybody know I changed the channel name from Cam's Scat Pack to Tourette's Unicorn. I just feel like Cam's Scat Pack was just too generic. I mean, you still can look me up as Cam's Scat Pack. I'm probably the only one that comes up as Cam's Scat Pack, and that's also my Instagram name. So I started Instagram maybe a couple of months ago, but I don't really get on it. But I'm gonna try to post more pictures. So if you want to see pictures of things that I've been doing, I've been going to street car takeover. I've also been going to like a lot of Modern Hemi street shootout events. I placed first in the Rockingham, second in Maryland. So the next one is in Detroit. So if you're in Detroit, come by and watch. I mean, it's a fun event, a lot of money to be won, and you'll meet a lot of people on Facebook. So that's pretty much all I got, and if you have any questions, post in the comments. And like I said before, I'm sorry for the inconsistency with the videos. I'll try to be more consistent in future, but as always, thanks for watching, and if you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe, because this car is going to definitely go faster.